Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's late Monday evening and I thought y'all would enjoy a nice little ride to the countryside. It's almost dark, but you know, it's light enough to where we can see the beauty of it. This is the State University of New York campus. It's located in the woods near Old Westbury, New York. Now, Old Westbury is a very wealthy area. I think it's got one of the wealthiest zip codes in the world. Actually, it's where the Victoria Gotti Mansion is at. But this is a huge campus, and they have a big equestrian center also. But this is where they're giving the vaccinations. I just noticed on the sign that there's no appointment necessary to get a vaccination, so that's good. You know, sometimes people will just decide on the spur of the moment to get their vaccine and drive out here, and they can get it without having to make an appointment. So let's just ride through the woods here. I wish I had turned the camera on earlier because 2 deer just crossed in front of me. So we missed that, but we may see some more. Now, when we lived in Tennessee, you know, we lived in Knoxville, and so we would go to Gatlinburg often, and we would go up to Cades Cove and tour that area. And one time my sister and her husband came to visit us, and in fact, we were still living in Maynardville when they came to visit us, so that had to have been shortly after we moved up there. So they came, and we were driving through Cades Cove in my old, it was like a 1987 Thunderbird. It was yellow, and it had the tan Landau roof. It was gorgeous, y'all. But when I think back about it, it looked like a tank. But it drove good, and I loved it. I had a little Ford Pinto, and I sold it to this young man. He was a teenager. He probably had not had his driver's license very long. Y'all, I remember I sold it to him for $900. It was a little brown Ford Pinto. Now, that's the one I used to deliver the newspapers in for the St. Tammany Parish News Banner, I think is the name of it. So I remember he was so excited, y'all, to be getting his new car. And it was a good car, so I felt really, really good about selling it to him. So I took the money from that sale and bought this Thunderbird. And we bought it from someone that we knew. Someone that was related to one of our neighbors there in Covington. And of course, we took it to Tennessee when we moved up there. So we were riding through Cades Cove, and it was about dusk, and y'all, this mama bear and her 2 cubs ran right out in front of us. And my sister's husband was driving the old Thunderbird, and he slammed on the brakes, and luckily we didn't hit the mama bear or the little cubs. Over here on the left is the golf course. It's all covered in snow too. Oh, the snow on the branches, y'all, is just absolutely gorgeous. We may end up in the equestrian center, but they probably have all the horses bedded down for the night in their paddocks. They must have had the trucks come through here and put salt on the roads, because although the roads here are still covered in snow and ice. And these are the dormitories over here on the right. These are called the Woodlands dormitories. You know, these state universities are wonderful. They have scholarships and grants and student loans, and they make it easy for a child to to attend college, and that's a wonderful thing, especially underprivileged children who otherwise would not be able to attend college. Okay, I think this goes into Old Westbury, so we'll go this way. This may be the only snowfall we get this year, so I definitely want to film it. It's so beautiful. And it really, it's that light powdery snow, so it's very easy to shovel and to navigate through it. It's really strange that you wouldn't think of a college, a university being way out in the woods like this. I bet the kids, I don't see any automobiles either. I don't think they're allowed to have cars on campus. So they have to depend on bus for transportation, and the ones that do
GPS signal lost.
The ones that do have part-time jobs, I'm sure they have to depend on the bus to take them to and from their work. Okay, so now this is considered Old Westbury, this area here. So I'll try to find the area back where the mansions are, the beautiful homes. And when I was growing up in Lumberton, there were 2 huge mansions, and they belonged to the Bass family. And the Bass family were some of the early settlers there in Lumberton. And they're the ones that began the Bass Pecan Company. And they're actually the reason that old historic post office was built in Lumberton, because they had gotten so many hundreds of thousands of orders for pecans and the pecan trees that they grafted and grew, that they had to establish a post office in Lumberton to accommodate all of the shipments in the mail. Post office is still there today. I made a video of it when I went home a couple of years ago. But I remember the mansions. I only remember one that was visible from the road, and it was over by the airport, so it must have belonged to Mr. I.H. Bass. I would have loved to have gone inside and seen the interior, but I never had that opportunity. Okay, this is Post Road, and this is what takes us back into Old Westbury. There's a beautiful farm-style home. And another beautiful one. This looks like a barn. Now they've got a big stone fence up there. Y'all can't see it. It's pretty. Isn't it gorgeous out here, y'all? Oh, I wish I had a horse. I would ride it right through that snow. I always wanted a horse so bad, and Daddy wouldn't buy me one. I just couldn't understand why not. I mean, it wouldn't have cost very much to feed the horse, because we had 20 acres of land that could have grazed out there in the pasture with the cows. But my friend Sharon, they live down Hickory Grove Road, there where it forks on the right off of Highway 13, and they had horses, so I would go there and we would ride her horses. We had so much fun. We used to play up in the barn and in the hay and everything. Was settled a very long time ago, so these houses have been here a long time. That's a pretty one. You know, these houses, these people that live here, close enough to work in the city, but still can live in the country. They've got the best of both worlds. Oh, it's so beautiful here. I hope y'all are enjoying it as much as I am. That's a brand new one, looks like. There are no lights on in that one even. Some gorgeous ones over here on the other side, but I'll film those on the way out. I'm going to turn around. Of course, the stone fence blocks the view. This is a beautiful one here. So one of y'all told me that you're supposed to be getting some snow in Texas by Wednesday. I hope it's only just enough for y'all to enjoy and not to interrupt your lives too much. This was a little bit of interruption, but not much. I enjoyed being hunkered down and just having some downtime and enjoying it. Okay, so it's almost too dark, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share my videos if you know of anyone that you think would like my content. And y'all just keep on coming back. Bye, guys.